hear the wait button anymore.
Just
Oh, there
get
it is.
now.
Yes, I do.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We will be with you soon. Jill is taking care of some couple of last minute things, and then we will be right with you. It's that darn fortune cookie.
Well, we're just going to do it later.
All right. Okay. Are we ready?
We are ready.
Okay, so I need you to take the weight bot down and I will start playing music. What?
We're not seeing. Hey, there we are.
Oh, Glasses. Hey, we're getting ready.
We're the fireside dancers.
Okay, Jill, but remember.
All right. Greetings, everyone.
This is. You remember what to say.
No, I'm just so excited that we have audio and that we could hear music. Did you all hear the music? Clap if you did. Heard the music?
You did. All right.
Okay. Well, greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm Right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Yay!
Yes, I am.
Shout out to everybody who's here. I see Imani. Later, we have our special guest, Natalie.
Natalie. Oh, we love Natalie. Don't we love Natalie?
Yes, we do. We have Tammy. Hey, Tammy.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes.
We have Giselle, who's also one of our special guests. We have Connie. Yay. Hey, Connie.
Really? Connie's here?
Connie's in the room.
Oh, this is wonderful.
And we have Woody, Tony.
Woody.
Your favorite.
Woody is my buddy. We went bike riding last week. He follows me everywhere I go, so I just decided to become friends with him. Woody is my buddy. We go fishing together. We ride our bikes together. We grill. We smoke meat together.
Oh my
we do
goodness.
all kinds of stuff. Me and Woody. I don't want anybody to be jealous of our relationship.
You don't do any of that.
I do it.
No, you
Me
don't.
and Woody.
You don't do any of that.
We do it. We do it. We do it. We really do. Really. Me and Woody.
Well, for those that are new to Fireside, we just have a few housekeeping things to tell you. On the lower left, yes,
I don't want to do any housework.
Well, they want to know how things work on Fireside if they're not used to it. Okay. Well, on the lower, if you're on an iPhone, on the lower left-hand corner, there's a circle with like an equal sign in it. They call it the hamburger. If you click on that, hamburger. I know. They need another circle.
It's a circle with two horizontal lines, two horizontal perpendicular lines.
It's an equal sign.
It could be.
Yeah. Well, anyway, if you click on that, you can ask to come to the stage when we get to that portion of the show. And also on your lower right corner, you'll see it says it has a heart eyes emoji on it, and it says react. But if you click on it, you'll see all the emojis, and you can react throughout the show. In fact, you can practice it now. You can clap if you heard me say this and understand. Okay.
And they can also type a comment there.
Yes, they can. So when you hit the react button with the heart emoji eyes, you can pick an emoji, and then it'll give you like a space, almost like what are you doing? Oh, I forgot is what his shirt says.
I forgot.
I clearly need one that says I remember because you forget I remember.
Okay.
But anyway, they can type a comment. But let's get started with what this show is actually about this week.
We have a topic?
We do.
Okay, I'm ready.
Topic is we want to talk about change and how if one person changes in a relationship, how it affects other people around them.
Yeah,
it's
because
part of a segment.
Oh, we're gonna get into part of a segment already?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
I am ready.
It's part of a segment that we call
Stand by your stance.
So this is our segment where Tony and I take a stance on the topic. Most of the time, we actually agree most of the time, but
quite often.
But I don't know if we're going to agree about it this time.
Yeah.
So what do you think of, like, have you changed throughout your relationships? I certainly know you have with us.
Well, yeah, I've changed, I believe, for the better. You just made me better.
I did?
Yeah. I'm a lot more intellectual since I met you, Jill.
I made you smarter?
You made me smarter.
You were already pretty smart when I met you.
My IQ went up.
It did?
Up, yes.
Really? How do you know? Like, you didn't take an IQ test?
No, but I write now. I didn't. And I read now too.
You really want to go? You really want to go there?
And I read.
You
now.
really want to go there because when I met you, you were writing poetry. In fact, some of our dates were to spoken word venues.
Yeah. We
so
we
that is writing.
but I was
Poetry is a
poet.
form of writing.
We've had this discussion before, so
So you didn't change that as my
anyway,
point. You
Anyway,
didn't change it.
the thing, how did I? That's how I see that I have changed.
But you
So I
didn't.
guess we disagree on this.
We do.
You're saying, well,
that was not a change.
I changed. I started writing prose. I did that.
Yes.
That's
Well,
a
I
change.
tricked you into doing that.
That's a change.
So that was a change, but I
Okay.
had to trick you into doing it.
Listen, audience. I know you all say it behind my back, but
That
I know
Jill is
that
right?
Jill is the smart one. That Jill is the smart one. But if you want to have a good time, hang with me. That's what they say.
So I'm right, but you're fun.
Yes. No, you're intelligent. You're highly intelligent.
Well, have you ever been? Why are you laughing at that? Have you ever been in a relationship where you changed and it didn't go well? Because the changes we've had in our relationship, it seems like we're changing at the same time in similar ways.
And that may be
so. It makes
it may be because our birthdays are 7 days apart.
They are
It could
in
be
8 years.
Sad in the house.
Yay!
But but sometimes in relationships, one person, and it doesn't matter whether it's a heterosexual relationship or a gay relationship, doesn't matter, LGBTQ, it doesn't matter. But one person may make positive changes in their life, and their partner just doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Because maybe they partied all the time, when they first met, and that's what they did.
Ooh, I've had that situation with friends. Like, I can't hang anymore.
But maybe, one person grew out of that, and maybe they wanted to do other things and more fulfilling things, but the other partner, they
But
don't
parties
like
can
that.
be fulfilling too. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, so there's so many ways people can change in a relationship. And sometimes it's for the good, sometimes it's for the bad. Sometimes somebody can be 50 years old and decide they want to live like a teenager again. That usually doesn't work.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't. But have you ever changed, been in a relationship, you changed, and the other person says, I just don't like this, and they left?
No.
I have.
Are you going to tell about it?
Yes,
You're going to tell us about it?
I will tell you this story. So,
Is it a long one?
No.
Because,
Nope.
time.
Time is ticking. Well, I'm the timekeeper.
Time.
I'm the timekeeper. But anyway, I was once engaged to someone else before.
Really? I wasn't the only?
And you know that. I was actually married before.
My feelings are hurt.
Oh, well, that could be a whole episode. But anyway.
My feelings are really hurt.
Anyway, when I was engaged before, he started, I thought that he had changed because he wasn't about like trying to determine when the wedding should be, where we were living in 2 different states at the time,
Uh-huh.
all of that. Right.
Yeah.
So he used to send me, and I absolutely hate this, but he used to send me flowers at work. I don't like the public display.
You didn't tell me that when I sent you flowers at work.
I did. I told you.
No, no.
I did.
As a matter of
I
fact,
absolutely
there were
did.
many things Jill didn't tell me. I used to buy these bath oils and stuff.
You didn't
and,
ask.
and she would say, thank you. And then, finally we're getting ready to get married, and
we're selling my house.
I remodeled her house so we could sell it.
We could sell it.
And
he sees all of the unopened baskets.
Hey, you taking my
stuff.
punchline?
But you didn't let me finish my story.
I'm interrupting.
That's why my story is long because I haven't. You didn't let me finish the story.
So anyway, I see all these baskets. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and I bought them all, and they were covered with dust, never opened, still in the cellophane.
Because I didn't really care about that kind of stuff.
You should have told me. You didn't tell me.
I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
You was afraid that I wouldn't marry you.
No, that's not right.
That's what it was.
No, I knew you would marry me, but I thought you would figure it out sooner or later. It took a little later than I thought
took
it
a
would.
lot later,
But,
yes.
but you did figure it out.
Hide
So
and
back to
stuff.
my story. So he used to send me flowers at
I
work, which
forgot.
I
What
did.
was the story? All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He used to send me flowers at work, which I didn't like, and I did tell him I
Mhm.
don't like that
You
because
don't like it.
I just don't.
Right.
And so when we got engaged, however, I sent him balloons to work that
Oh,
said, like I love you and kind of stuff, and he hit the roof.
he did.
He did,
Why?
and like told me that he was gonna come and talk to me about it because he didn't like that I sent him balloons at work expressing my love for him.
Okay.
And it was a workplace that I used to work at. So everybody in there knew who I was, right?
Okay.
So when he came to visit me, he said, "You've changed." He said I had changed because I was all about lovey-dovey and getting married. And I'm like, but we're engaged.
Okay.
And so he thought being engaged, meant that we would now think about getting married.
Huh?
Exactly.
Wait,
That's why
wait.
I'm not married to. Well, I did marry him eventually. Like eventually, he got it, but that's why we're not married. That was it was it was, and for me too. It was for me too. But he told me I changed when in fact, I had changed, not him.
Yes.
So he was exactly the same that he was when we were dating. But I thought we had gone up to the next level, and he didn't. He just gave me a ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
So I like that. Well, I think that it's time that we interact with our audience.
Ooh.
So it's part of a segment.
Oh, we have another segment.
Yes. That we call
Stand by.
That's not our segment.
No, we
That's
already
what
gave
you
our
told
stance.
me what I
Change
said.
is bound to
Okay.
happen. That's our stance.
No, this is the right one. I'm going to press the right. I don't have my glasses on. I'm trying to look like I can
He's
see.
trying to be cute.
So this one is this one, right?
Let's see.
So, what do you think? What do you think?
Because I'm right.
Because I'm right.
All right. So now we want to hear from you all. Again, the way to request to speak is hitting the circle with the lines in it. So we want to know what you think. What's changed with you all? And do you think, Tony and I didn't really take a stance. I think we both agree that change is inevitable. Everybody changes, but maybe not at the same time. And maybe somebody's going to leave you because you did change.
Perhaps.
So what do you all think? We want to hear from you all. Who wants to talk to us? Anybody?
Well, I would just like to hear how many people dump their partner because they changed. Why? Dump them. I have a thing. If it's not right in a relationship, just run as fast as you can.
That's actually our favorite advice, isn't it?
Away from them.
Run.
Like when you're dating and you see something's not right about the person you're dating, just cut it.
That's
Done.
right. In
Cut,
fact,
run,
Natalie
done, finished.
wrote a comment that I assumed you were talking about, I'm sure, my ex-husband, but she said red flags abounded with this guy. That was true. I just chose to ignore them. They weren't quite red at the time until later.
They were, yeah, and you ignored them.
I did. I ignored them.
Quite often we do that. People
Why?
in general.
Why do we do that?
Sometimes a person can just be lonely.
I wasn't lonely.
Then what was it?
I don't know. I do know. I was a fixer.
Oh. Couldn't have fixed him.
I didn't.
Ain't no way you was going to fix that one.
I tried. It did not work. I definitely tried.
There was no way you was going to fix him. No way.
Does anyone else have? Oh, Elizabeth has a comment. She says, run as fast as you can, like the gingerbread man.
Exactly.
That's exactly right, Elizabeth.
Liz, you know what to do. So you probably have great relationships because you run, or maybe none at all because you run too much. I don't know. But we would love to hear you talk about it when you want to come up
Would you
the
like to come to the stage,
so we
Elizabeth?
can see you and hear you.
I'll send you a request. If you don't want to, you can ignore it. But maybe I will. There we go.
Jill is pushing the buttons. Because you
I know,
all heard
you-
what happens when I push the buttons. I play the wrong.
Elizabeth is on the
flips.
stage. Elizabeth,
she
would
is.
you like to go to video as well, or you want to do audio?
Hi, I'll do audio for now.
Okay,
Wonderful. How are you today, Liz?
I'm doing great.
Elizabeth. Do they call you Liz?
Yes, they call me Liz. So Liz is
Okay.
See?
Well, you needed to ask first before you just nickname somebody.
Well, I know a lot of Elizabeths.
Okay.
I grew up on Elizabeth Avenue. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Okay.
What's your comment?
No, I was just listening to what you were saying, and you know what? I went through something similar, and in which I would show my love to. At that time, it was my girl's dad that I was with, and yeah, and he would totally just switch things around and say things, that it was like my fault or that I changed. It's like, wait a minute, this is like red flags. Yeah, it was just for me. It was just getting weirder every time. But I mean, I did leave that relationship back in 2010, but because.
Yay!
Yay!
And
See? Ooh, yes.
more of domestic violence. But yes, I mean, I finally had the courage to say,
Sorry to hear that.
you know what? This is it. This is not for me. This is not healthy for my little ones. And I, like I said, decided to step away from that relationship back in 2010. And my mom passed away. That was November 2010. My mom passed away February 2011. So it was
Sorry
like
to hear that.
and but I mean, for me, it's stepping away from that relationship. It was just, I don't know, it was just so great. It felt so great, and
Hmm.
I had family members telling me, like my sister at that time, my mom too, to leave the relationship. But sometimes the more they, in my particular experience, the more they would tell me, the more it's like I would like to just stay there and show them otherwise.
Yeah. To
And
prove them wrong.
right. But there's
Yeah.
a time in which you really do fall and see that for yourself, and realize that, like, for me, that isn't something that I didn't want, and I didn't want my girls
Correct.
to live in that kind of environment. And we had at that time DCFS being involved, so I think that kind of helped me to kind of just take the next step. And
Uh-huh.
so, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I worked on myself, that
Great.
2011, because it was like more of a grieving year for me, because of my mom. And
Hmm.
then I started to work on myself, trying to find that Elizabeth again, that lost herself in that relationship. I found myself,
Yeah.
within time. I'm still finding myself, because there's things that I used to like and that I don't like anymore, or vice versa, and it's like
Yeah.
getting to know me each and every day. And it's like a never ending process, but oh my God, it feels good, and
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
So
say.
I
Doesn't that
applaud
sound
you
great?
again. That's fantastic.
Bravo.
Yes, and I'm sure a lot of us can relate to the story you just told us. Thank you for sharing that with us. One key thing that I think that you said that I think we all can learn from and benefit from is that you said that afterwards you didn't just like hop into another relationship, you worked on yourself. And
Mhm.
I think that's so key in everything that we do, because if we know who we are and we know what we like and dislike, then that does set us up
Yeah.
better
Mhm.
for the next relationship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because like you said, my past relationship was rehearsal,
Yeah.
that didn't go well.
Yeah.
But I knew what
So,
but I knew who
and-
I was afterwards,
Mhm.
because I worked on myself.
yeah, so did I. I worked on myself till I could get to the point where I could have someone like you.
And I could have someone
Because
like
before
you.
that, I wouldn't have chosen you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I was in the wrong headspace.
Yeah,
So,
same.
yeah.
Same. So thank you, Elizabeth, for
Thank
sharing
you,
that story. It's
Elizabeth.
fantastic. Thank you. Does anyone else want to comment before we move on to our next segment? All right. Well, our next segment involves guests. It's part of a segment that we call, you ready, Tony?
I might be. I might need to get contacts, but
Okay.
I might be. Let's see.
I'm trying to help you.
That's right.
That is it.
That's
Ooh.
right. So this is the segment where we have live guests, and tonight we have two live guests. We're going to talk to one at a time, and then maybe they'll be on the stage at the same time.
Yes.
But let me get her ready. I'm inviting Natalie Katana to the stage. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Now, Natalie, everyone, has her own show. I love, love, love her show. I love her. I love the title. Mm-hmm. The title is...
Why don't you give the title, Natalie?
Okay.
The title is To All the Men I've Tolerated Before. And we're about to be 1 year old.
Fantastic title.
Oh,
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Yay.
I checked a calendar today, like I have it together and all of it. And our birthday is going to be on April 29th.
All right.
That's
cool.
our anniversary.
That is our
You
anniversary.
should have said that too.
That's our anniversary.
What?
It really is.
It really is.
What a
For
magic
real. So
day.
we'll have to celebrate.
Our wedding anniversary.
There you go.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. It is.
All right. So
that's
do
so
I get
cool.
to put in? Oh gosh, here comes Penelope.
Absolutely. We want to know what you think.
Okay. So change. When it comes to my romantic relationships, change hasn't really defined whether or not that relationship ended. My partners had a hard time dealing with me in the state that they received me. They but I think that the two
you weren't they didn't like pick you up out of the damaged pile, right? Not the damaged pile. They didn't get you from there, right?
No, do you know that more times than
okay.
not
Why
I
would you say
get
that?
Listen, it's a valid point. More times than not, I get dumped. And the excuse that I receive when I am dumped is that I just have it two together. And it's very intimidating for someone who does not have it together. And I must have had it together since I was 13 years old because that's what I always hear. But I think the two of
but you don't dim your light for anybody, right? You don't dim your light, right? Good.
We don't dull our sparkle for anybody, although I have in the past.
Excellent.
It is a pattern that I'll fall into. But I think the thing that you touched on that I wanted to hit on was the growth aspect of change. Mm-hmm. Because it's one thing for you to get in a relationship with someone and believe that you are your best self and they are their best self and you're going to rock and roll and stay at that level. But when you're young, like the first time I ever thought about a man that I was going to marry, I was 19. And then the next time I was 22. So when you're young and you're just believing this is as good as it's ever going to get for me, and you have a long life to live, eventually someone may outgrow you. And I've said it on the show before that if I've grown to here, I need you at least here or maybe here, but really I need you right here. I can't have you be 10 years behind me, but it's also not going to work if you're 3 years ahead of me. Like we have to have you can be 1 year ahead or 1 year behind rule.
So you need a window.
I need a window.
Well, to be in the same area of growth.
Yeah. Yes. No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
right?
I'm repeating
Yeah.
what I'm hearing
Okay.
her say, and I agree with
Yeah.
you because
Okay.
if someone's too far ahead of you, but like it's always good to be
Yes.
around people who are going to push you to be your best self, right?
Yes.
And they may be ahead of you. But if they're too far ahead of you,
Yeah.
then it's frustrating for both parties, right?
Yeah. It's about
Mhm.
being equally yoked.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
So to be in the, yeah.
And I think that something else that changes in our relationships is how secure we are in ourselves. So that's where a lot of my friendships have fallen apart because the more secure I get in
Uh-huh.
my beliefs or what I want out of my life or what behaviors I'm going to accept from the people in my life, I weed out my friendship garden as often as you might
Uh-huh.
weed a real garden. I don't garden, but I'm assuming you have to weed it. It is the metaphor that I choose to use.
Yes, yes.
I've heard.
Yes.
I've
No,
heard.
no, well, yeah, I'm
We
not
don't garden.
Yeah,
We've heard.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I've
but we
got,
understand you have to purge every now and
yeah,
then.
you have to. I know. Look, Eric, this is Bertha. She's not doing great. I impulse bought her at Aldi's. So,
All righty.
but you're right. Sometimes you just really, and I
But
think the
purging
pandemic,
is good.
yeah, I think the pandemic was
Changed
one
a
of
lot
the
of things.
instances where a lot of people looked at the people that they were sitting across from at dinner all the time and they went, I don't actually think I know you. Have you ever been in a friendship or a relationship and they say something and you go, what just came out of your mouth? And it's something that was never brought up.
What?
And you never really thought to ask what their belief on that was. And then you immediately know that it's in a complete different area of what you believe in. And then your opinion changes on them. I'm so glad that you two are proponents of I like to call it the you should run as soon as it gets weird rule. I don't think we tell people that enough.
That's right.
We tell people
No,
to
we
stick
don't.
it
You know,
out.
Because we
people
give
say-
people chance after chance.
Yeah, they say work on it, work on the relationship. But
Yep.
if you're dating someone and you have to work on that relationship, oh no.
No,
Well,
the
people say,
time. It's not
but
worth
people
the
do
time.
say that relationships are work just because you have to. You might have to work to
Look.
spend time.
I don't want to have to work at our relationship. I want it to be good.
It is good.
I'm not saying that, sometimes we can have bumps in the road, but I want it to be good.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't
So
want
we
it
do
to
have
be
a-
work. I want it to
Yeah. And
be
I think-
enjoyable love and
And I think what you're
Yes,
hitting
and it
on
is.
is the
It
difference
is.
between
I'm good
effort.
with that.
Yes, believe that people when someone shows you who they
Uh-oh, we lost some. Oh, there
There
you
she
are
is. Okay.
again. You're
When
back.
some-
You went out for a
when
second.
someone shows you who they are, believe them. And
Yeah.
I had a hard time with that one for
Oh,
a long
me
time
too.
because I was like, that's not who they are usually.
They were just having a bad day.
Mhm.
but it was.
Yeah. I think on the work thing, I think
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I think relationships should be effort, but if it's a chore, I don't need one more chore. I don't do well with the ones that I have.
Yeah. You don't need no
But
chore.
effort, yeah, put effort towards it. But we have to move away from this narrative where like anything and everything can be worked out because you've quote unquote committed to forever. Forever is a long time. Is a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
It
Forever
is.
is a real long
It's a
time.
long time.
It is.
And that's yeah, but that's what I would look at when I start getting my life together. I created a 2-year rule.
Unbeknownst to me.
And I also dated in the mind of marriage.
Okay.
So is this a person I can marry? Okay. And I would just hang with them, watch them, and see what they would do. Sometimes I'd find out they had a drug problem. Sometimes I found out that they stole stuff. But it might have taken me 6 months, 9 months before I found that out.
Yeah.
So, if you watch a person long enough, they'll show you who they are.
But you have to
If they're
believe
trying,
it.
and we all try to, put our best foot forward and show the best person we are. But, all of us have issues, little things that we might do. Maybe I snore, maybe Jill snore, but maybe she doesn't want to marry somebody that snores. I don't
Well, that would
know.
be very superficial, but
But
okay.
it doesn't, but see, that's the thing. It doesn't matter. But listen, it doesn't matter. Like me, one of my things was if there was a woman that's Jill's height and she's like 4'11".
Okay.
Okay. So
Woohoo!
Jill is 4'11", but
And
if
I think
she,
I'm 6'5".
but if she wore a size 15 shoe, I couldn't date her. I'm just telling you, I couldn't. I'm being honest. I would not date her.
Thankfully, I have a little small foot.
That's a
So,
Seinfeld
little things like that.
nonsense episode. Do you remember when Jerry couldn't date someone
Right?
because her hands
It's
were
true.
too big?
I know.
Tell him, Natalie.
Yeah, but if that's one of your things,
Correct.
you know that, hey, if a 4'11" person wears a size 15 shoe, and every time you look it down, what it was, I would think of a man's foot. So it
Okay.
would just like mess me up. So that's why I said, well, if I know this, I need to make sure I don't date women that, the feet aren't aren't in
Mhm.
proportion. So if she was like a 6'6" woman and she had a, size 15, that would be good. No problem. But not a little tiny
I can't
petite person
imagine.
with a 15 foot. No, that's like,
I can't quite figure out if your balance would be better or worse if you were 4'11"
you
with
there?
giant
Yeah.
feet. Like, that's a great logic puzzle going on in my head now.
That's funny that you say that because I used to fall a lot, so it's funny that you say that. I wear a size
Yeah.
4.5, 5.
Yeah. So she's good. She's good. So we were able
There
to
you
get
go.
married.
All because of my feet. Yeah, that was why.
But no, but really, seriously, there can be something about a person. You may not like a person. Well, I have freckles. Okay. You just may not, a person's freckles might just drive you crazy for some reason. That is not the person you should marry because forever is
It's
a
a long
long time. Isn't that
We don't
correct?
talk about it.
And
So-
that's not going to change.
Yeah, that's not going to change. So, in the beginning, you'll say, oh, I could deal with the freckles. And then, 5 years later, I never did like those freckles. And then, 10 years, 20 years. And then a person leaves a relationship because of freckles or something.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, don't marry that person if it bothers you that much.
Elizabeth messaged us and said that she's a petite person as well. So yay!
Yay!
Do you think you're 6'5" too? I told Sinbad, who's 7 foot tall, that I'm the same height as him,
Sinbad.
and it really messed him up because he couldn't decide.
Yeah, you remember Sinbad, right?
I do remember Sinbad.
He did. He
It
was
really
like,
messed him up.
He
He
can
said,
come on
like,
the show
what?
whenever.
What
I
did you
can talk
say?
to Sinbad. I am 5'3" for
All right, well,
anyone
we're
who's
going to bring up Natalie. You can stay.
Okay.
Go
You're
ahead.
5'3".
I'm 5'3".
5'3".
You
And what
don't
size?
wear a size 15.
No, I'm
though,
5'3"
right?
for anyone keeping score. I have a size 10 foot, but sometimes it's 9.5. And I do enjoy
Okay.
flowers, balloons, bath products. I love presents. So if anyone is
Presents.
keeping score, that's where I stand on all of those things.
We should bring you back for one of our shows where we play matchmaker.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Bring
would
it
be
on.
cool.
Would you like that?
That would
Sure.
be cool. Or even better,
Yeah.
you can bring
Someone with you.
male or female,
Okay.
doesn't matter, male or female,
Okay.
whatever you want, that you're thinking about having a relationship with. And
and
we'll tell
spring
you
it on
real
them
quick
right
what you
then
should
and
and should
there
not.
that this is their interview to be my partner. Like,
Well,
We'll speak in code. They won't know. We'll speak in code.
yeah.
It depends. You have to weigh that out and decide how secure they are. But if they're a really secure person, yeah, tell them, yeah, let's go on this show. And, they're going to check us out and tell us whether we're good or not.
Our friends have called us relationship whisperers because
Okay.
often when people introduce us to their person, they
They're either going to stay
stay
together,
together
or be
break
apart.
up like right after meeting us.
All right. Listen,
Quick.
I need you to know that I do not
Yeah.
believe that I can
It's
pick for
happened a lot.
myself. I've been trying to get a
Not to
reality
scare
TV
you.
show
I'm not
to
trying to scare
intervene.
anybody.
No, if we say this person is good for you, I think it
I
would
believe
be
you.
fun.
It would be fun.
It would be fun.
Be a lot of
Bring
fun.
it on.
Maybe
I'll-
if you brought like 5 people.
Have my own
brought
episode of The
5,
Bachelor on your
right?
show.
Yeah, we'll bring 5 people and you'll have a conversation with each one of them. And then at the end of it, we'll say, not that one, not that one. Actually,
Rank 'em.
none of them. None of them are any good. We need to go get some more.
That'll make Tinder so much fun. I'm gonna change my Tinder profile to be like, would you like to be
Tinder
on
like
a dating show with me? See what you really have.
That would be cool.
That would be
That's a
cool.
great idea.
Yeah. All right. I think we were going to let Giselle come up. I will stay on the stage, but I'll go ahead and mute my video.
Giselle. Okay.
Oh, okay. We are waiting for Giselle to come up. Giselle, if you can hear us, I did send you an invitation to join us. So all you have to do is accept.
And you will be here with us.
And also Natalie, Imani, who is Giselle's daughter,
Oh.
says she's going to introduce y'all to some folks then.
Oh.
Which I guess is us to introduce to you. Oh, no. Imani, do you mean for yourself?
Oh,
Maybe you
you're
meant
going to
for
bring
yourself.
some? Oh, bring them
Oh,
on.
bring 'em.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We can have a good old fashioned family dinner. We can all just
can't
sit
wait.
around,
Yep.
get in the vibe.
Yeah.
Yes. We've actually talked about
right.
doing that. So that would be fun.
That would be fun. Because we can do what? 4 or 6
4.
on video. Is it
4.
4?
It's 4.
You can do 4 on
Four.
video.
Imani
I
says,
think you
yes,
can have
help.
6.
Okay,
On
we're there
stage.
for you.
I think it's 12
It's
on
12
audio.
total.
For audio.
Oh.
8.
Wow.
So
That's
12
so
total.
many.
4 on video,
Okay.
8. Okay, Giselle, we are waiting for you. If you're there.
Well, in the meantime,
In the meantime,
is there anyone else that would like to make a comment? You can do video
Yes.
or no video. We can just hear you like Elizabeth did, which would be nice because I love to hear from other people.
I would love to know if
I
someone.
really love it.
I would just love to know if someone has the complete opposite reaction to change that we do, that you should just stick to it. You made a commitment, you made vows, you did something. And if they wake up one morning and they want to be a zookeeper and move across the ocean, you just have to be cool with it. I would love to know if
Just have
that's
to go.
someone's response.
I would love to know
Because
that
I
too.
think-
That's a great.
Yeah. People tell me I'm wrong all the time. They're like, Natalie, you should be more romantic and believe in love. I'm like, I do believe in love. I just also believe in divorce.
Yeah, but here's my thing. Other people are going to tell you how you should love. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Well, that's just
Oh
insane.
no!
That's insane.
Yes,
Really.
hang with us more. We won't tell you that.
Listen, we're friends. We're hanging
But
out.
we
all the
will
time now,
say, get rid of that person.
Yeah,
we'll say that
yeah.
they're no good for you.
Run.
and you'll be right.
But we also will tell you when they're right.
Mhm.
But we'll tell you when they're the right person.
Yes. Yes.
You
So
know,
does
for
anyone
sure.
disagree with us then? Or do we have a whole audience that It's like,
It's just
yes,
agrees with
That
yes,
believes in running
everything
away. And
that we say.
I love it. That's what I tell.
Well, well, in the meantime, my parents, in my opinion, had an awful marriage. It was horrible.
Hmm.
Okay. It was just horrible. Everything you can imagine. The only thing my father didn't do was cheat. He didn't cheat on my mother, but drinking and physical abuse, all of that kind of stuff, he did that. But then part of him was a good father too, which was crazy. It kind of
Hmm.
messed me up. So, but I always felt they shouldn't have been married. They should have just, gotten divorced. I even asked my mother, why don't you just leave them? And she would say, I can't. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And they stuck in that, but that, played on me. So I got in bad relationships. And sometimes I would say, well, I'll just wait it out. I'll just stay. My parents stayed, they stayed married forever, never did divorce.
Hmm.
Maybe that, maybe that is what marriage is. I learned it's not,
No,
which is good
it is not.
because I'd be really miserable now. Instead, I'm very happy.
I think we hold on.
So some people do just stick it
Yeah.
out.
And I think we hold on
I'm
to
just not one of
a
them
lot of,
anymore.
I think we hold on to a lot of ideals from the past when it comes to that, where it's like, well, this is ironclad.
Yes.
And whether it be culturally, family values, religion, I do think that we put people into this sticky situation with shame when it comes to breakups and divorces. When I'm on the verge of breaking up with a partner, you get it. You get the like, oh, but you couldn't have just dealt with it. Or like, are you sure that it was as bad as you've made it out to be?
You could have just, right.
And I'm like,
You couldn't have just stuck it
yeah,
out.
you couldn't have just. Did you try talking to them one more time about it? Yes. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth just commented, when you know and love yourself, you will know what you are able to accept in a relationship.
I
think
love
that's very
that.
true.
That is absolutely correct, Elizabeth. There's something I always say that we have to become happy with ourselves before we do anything else. Not until you're really happy with yourself, who you are, who you've become, can you be happy with someone else. So that is also about loving yourself, care for yourself, know what you want, what you need, and don't settle.
Yep.
Just don't settle. Yeah.
And then when you're with someone who changes, hopefully, they're changing for the better and you can, support that. So,
Yeah.
don't expect everyone to stay the same because inevitably people are going to change.
I heard somebody's mic. Is that Giselle?
Hello.
I think it is.
Did
Can you
we-
hear me?
Hey, Giselle.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, you
Yes,
are on
we
the
hear you.
stage.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you are on the stage.
Whew.
Now, are you able to go to video?
Ooh, it sounds like you just came in from a run.
Can you hear me and
Were
see
you
me?
running?
No, I've been trying to get on.
We can hear you, but
You can hear
we
me?
can hear you,
We
Giselle,
hear
but
you.
we can't.
See me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
No,
No,
we
we don't
cannot
see
see you.
you.
But I will send you the invite.
Maybe Giselle should do no video.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but I don't think she. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Just
so
talk
we'll,
to
so
us.
we'll just do audio with you and Natalie. If you're welcome to stay with us
Okay.
too on the stage. Okay. So Giselle,
Hello. Hi. Can you see me?
Hi,
Can you guys see me?
Giselle.
Giselle.
Hello.
Oh,
Can you see me?
we hear
We
you.
hear you. We do not see you, but don't worry about seeing. Don't
Just
worry about
talk
the
to
video.
us.
Just talk to us.
And And
Okay.
try not to move the phone so much.
Except.
Oh,
No.
okay. Just keep it right there, and we
Oh,
can hear
okay.
you.
Now we see you, but we see. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I'm upside down.
Oh,
Okay,
now you
keep
see.
turning. You're sideways.
Okay.
There you
There's
go.
yeah. Keep
Okay,
it
now we
there.
can see you.
Am I
No,
still?
you turned it.
Okay, what about?
Now you're good.
Okay.
No, don't turn
We're-
it,
Okay.
Giselle.
Yes.
Giselle,
Yes.
you are sideways.
Okay. Now?
Come on, we're gonna get dizzy. You're gonna get dizzy. We're getting dizzy.
Why don't we just go audio only? Okay, because you're all sorts
Yeah.
of directions.
Okay.
Just turn off your video. I'm going to turn off your video,
Okay.
but don't turn off your mic.
Don't turn off your mic. Just
Okay.
and we will hear you, but we won't see you. So it'll
Okay.
be like we're on a phone call.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and talk to her.
Okay, but you're good. So there we go. All right, now you should be able to hear us.
Yeah, I can
and
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
So
All right. So for everyone in the audience, this is Giselle. Giselle, on our very first show on Fireside, Imani was our guest, and Giselle is Imani's mother.
yes, and we love them both.
Yes, we do. And Giselle has written a wonderful book that she's revising as we speak, and she's also a journalist as well. So, Giselle, what do you think about change?
I love change as long as it's positive and I can deal with it. But if it's negative, I can't deal with it.
So, how do you not deal with it? What do you do?
I just let it go. Let it go. I've broken
So
up.
what?
I've broken up with people because I told them I didn't want to fall in love, and they fell in love with me, and I broke up with them.
They gotta go. If they fall in love with you, they have to go.
Well,
So,
if
but
I
what
wasn't,
if you? But what if they fell in love with? What if they fell in love with you and they said, "Well, it's okay if you don't love me. I just want to keep having this relationship." How would you feel about that?
well, that would be okay as long as I wasn't getting any pressure. I don't want to be pressured.
No pressure.
No pressure. I don't want to work hard on a relationship. I just want to have fun, agree to disagree, but I don't want to work. Maybe the term work turns me off.
Yes. Yeah. Working. Well, we
Like
spoke
Tony
about that
said.
earlier.
Yeah, he
Working
did.
at a relationship.
No,
Don't
no, I don't want to work.
don't want to work. Don't want
No.
to work at that.
And we also got a comment from Kathleen. Welcome, Kathleen, to the
Kathleen.
show. Kathleen also has a beautiful show that she does daily about gratitude. And Kathleen, here on Fireside.
Yes. Hi, Kathleen.
Kathleen says people do change over time, and marriage is a societal construct built from creating partnerships, not loving relationships. Agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that too.
Very well.
I'm so glad
Yes,
you read that out
is
loud
wise.
because I was like, there's Kathleen telling everyone exactly how I feel about marriage.
I think the most important thing is not to try to change people. Because a lot of people say, oh, I'll do this, I'll
Accept them
change
as
them.
they are.
Accept them as they are, because you can't change anyone but yourself.
Well, and I think the important
Okay.
So, go ahead, Natalie.
I think the important flip side to that too is you can't change people and you could accept them as they are, but also if you can't, you are more than capable and willing and should, as we've said many times on this show, flee.
Right.
Just remove yourself from the situation. No one needs you to tell you. No one is asking you to come into a relationship with you
Run.
and try to make you into the perfect partner that they need you to be.
Right.
Go find your perfect partner. Stop trying to build one.
Or just be content.
No.
Love
Yes. Oh, I
yourself.
love that.
Love
That is
yourself,
true.
and you will attract what you are.
Love yourself. Absolutely.
Yay.
That's what we say.
I applaud for that too.
Bravo.
Yes. Yay.
Woo-hoo.
Yes, 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 yes.
So,
So,
well, we're both like, see,
So-
we've been together so long,
So,
we say
like-
we speak alike almost.
almost.
Oh, no,
What
not
were you
quite.
gonna? No,
there's a no.
no, we
No, we
don't. No, we don't.
But I wanted to ask you, Giselle, so one thing you said at this time in your life, I'm not going to ask you your age, but at this time
Unless
in
she
your
wants
life,
to tell.
Oh, I don't
well,
mind.
if she wants to tell, she can tell. But at this time, okay, so how old are you, Giselle?
66.
66. All right. Double sixes. Excellent. So at this point in your life, you said,
That's
"Woohoo,
right.
yeah, that you just want to have fun."
Yeah.
So what would that entail?
That's what I was gonna ask her.
fun. Really?
Because I kind of know the answer, but go ahead, Giselle.
What does that entail? Just having fun.
I think being with somebody, loving to do the same things, not a lot of drama. I can't take drama at this point. My tolerance level is low. So just be positive. You know, if you have an
Yes,
issue, talk it out, agree to disagree, and let it go. Don't hold on to it. Don't keep bringing it back up in the next argument. Let it go.
That's a good point.
Okay.
People do that.
Now I'm
like,
looping.
remember 20 years ago when
I'm
you...
looping back around to these fun things. What are these fun things you like to do?
I like going
Giselle, you know what he's doing. Careful.
I know, going to concerts,
Okay.
concerts and lectures and traveling and tours and museums. You know,
Oh, so sounds
so,
like
so Giselle,
you
if you went to a concert of your favorite artist and your date fell asleep, what would you do?
wake them up.
Giselle.
I will wake them up.
See, that's the right answer.
One time, the reason I
That's
asked
the
is
right
that very
answer.
early when we were dating, Tony did score some Prince tickets for me. He fell asleep at a Prince concert. I still
Tony,
married
you did
him,
not fall
obviously.
asleep
Let
on
me tell you.
And
Prince.
I really I don't know if we can date again.
Let-
I
did.
know he
I
did.
felt. Yeah, I'm ashamed of it, but really, I have something to say in my defense.
He was tired.
See, because before, yeah, no, really, I really do. I have something to say in my defense. This is why it happened. Well, I took Jill to a nice restaurant before we went to the concert. But recently, my doctor had put me on some new medication, and it says on the package, do not take with alcohol. Do not drink alcohol when you take this
Which
medication.
of course you did do.
But
at
no,
dinner.
no. Let me tell you, up
You
until
did
then,
do it.
listen. Up until then, I hadn't had any alcohol, and I didn't order any alcohol at the restaurant.
People give
But
us
the
free
waiter,
things.
but the waiter came up and said, "Hey, we made these drinks. It was the wrong drink for the people that ordered them. We hate to waste them. Do you want them?" I hate to pass up free stuff. Okay,
We get free stuff all the time.
so I didn't even drink the whole drink. I only drank like half of it. And we went to the concert, and then
he
I
fell
went to
asleep
sleep. It
on
was
Prince.
It was
As
a
Elizabeth
medication
says,
and alcohol.
OMG.
It was,
That's what Elizabeth said.
but it was that in my defense, it was the
I still
alcohol
married
and
you.
the
It's
mixture
okay.
of medication.
I didn't forget, but I still married you. It's okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
why you brought that up.
That's not a
Because she
I
said
have something.
concerts. Every time she
That's
says
it.
concerts,
That's
it's
not a
like
big-
it's like
that's-
a word that like
Flashback.
flashback. Yes, but as Chris says, hi Chris, welcome to the show. No drama llamas. I agree with that too.
Drama llama.
No drama llamas.
Oh, that's the first time I've heard of a drama llama. I think that would be my new phrase.
Your new
like
phrase?
drama llama.
Well, you should ask Chris if you can take it because
Huh?
you can't just steal people's phrases.
I have to ask. I thought it was like out there
You're a writer.
in
You
public
know better.
domain. Drama llama, isn't it public domain?
Chris may have coined the term. Chris, did you coin the term?
I don't
Because
think
he's trying to take it from
I
you.
don't think Chris has a patent on drama llama. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, drama
Anyway,
llama.
okay, so that's what would be fun for Giselle. Giselle, do you want us to play matchmaker with you too?
I think we
Uh,
could.
I think we could
She
too.
definitely. What you know what she
Oh,
needs?
she said that like she didn't trust us.
No, she needs an intellectual man.
yes.
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 That an intellectual
So does
man.
Natalie.
Listen, she intellectual man
Or
that is
Natalie
that
needs
is
an intellectual
also
partner.
very
person.
very creative. He has to be very creative.
Yes.
So he's got to be intellectually creative. He can be an artist. He can be a writer. He could be
Do you know people like that?
any of these things.
I
What's
know
it-
lots of people like that. Do you know people like that?
But she also needs somebody that's not a stuffed shirt.
Right.
Yes, she wants to have fun.
They
to let
have
loose.
to they have to be able to live on the wild side a little bit. You know how I say that sometimes? You need to live on the wild side a little bit now and then.
Yes,
You
you
know.
said that to
Right.
your daughter.
Right.
She said it to me.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you
Yeah.
do.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah,
you
live
do.
the wild side.
Okay, well,
Sneak into a
Yeah.
concert, steal a car. You know, live on the wild side a little bit.
Okay.
that's right.
Well,
Did you say steal a car?
Oh, you caught that?
Wait,
It's
I don't think
okay.
you have to steal a car, but anyway. All right,
Okay,
so
hook the
because we
sister
do
up.
have one more segment.
hook a sister up.
What was that?
What was that, Giselle?
Hook me up.
Help a sister out. Okay, hook a sister up. We will hook a
All
sister
right,
up.
we can. So, Giselle and Natalie, do you have any final thoughts about change?
Allow
Oh, Chris.
Chris.
We're bringing Chris to the stage.
I'll bring Chris to the
Oh,
stage.
Chris.
Allow
Chris,
yourself to
bring
change. Don't take into consideration anyone else's feelings if you feel like you need to grow and change and you're worried about leaving people behind, because we often put more people in consideration than we do what's best for us. So that's my 2 cents.
Ooh, that's a good
Absolutely.
point. Yes,
Right.
we do.
All right.
You
Yep.
are absolutely correct.
Yes, yes. I applaud all of that. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Agreed.
And don't
Agreed.
be afraid.
Okay.
Don't
That's
be
very
afraid to
good.
change. Don't
That's right.
don't
That's
be
right.
afraid. Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
I'm just loving this. Our audience is fantastic
Yes,
tonight.
yes.
Really, audience, give yourselves a round
Yes,
of applause.
and our guests.
Because
And-
you are amazing.
Yes.
Amazing people.
And by the way, if you'd like to follow our 2 guests in the fortune cookie, you can see how to reach both of them.
Oh, you
Um,
got that to work, huh?
Yes, I
Cool.
did.
Great.
But Chris, you joined us on the stage. What would you like to say?
Hey, yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to come on. I do have to go. I'm expected in a class online. I'm a 65-year-old community college sophomore, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, back to school.
Wonderful.
So I just sent out
All right.
an invite to all my followers to join you guys. So hang in there a little bit longer if you can. I wanted to clarify.
We
one
we
more-
are. We have one
We
more segment.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I was there
And
in your
Chris-
show today, by
Yes,
the way,
and Chris, by the way, has a wonderful daily show that he does called the Antidepressant, which is about 15 minutes or so of positivity, and it's a wonderful, wonderful way to start your day.
It's a
Absolutely.
soothing balm on the soul. Chris's
And
voice
his-
and
his-
stories.
Yes, Chris's
yes,
voice.
yes.
But I did want to clarify one thing with you, Anthony, real quick, and then I need to go.
Yeah.
I did not coin the phrase drama llama, nor did I coin the phrase bad mama.
I was trying to help you out, Chris. I know you're writing a book. I was trying to help you out.
No. So feel free to use drama llama.
Thank you
and-
very much.
And feel free to use bad mama.
I will.
All righty, thank you, folks.
All right. I will.
Thank you, Chris.
Loosely.
All right.
Llama.
Well, let's give our 2 guests, Natalie and Giselle, another round of applause. Thank you both. Woo! Yay! All right, but don't leave us. We still have one more segment to go,
Oh, we have one more segment.
and it's a
Now,
segment that we
But
call.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before you say that, Jill.
Before I say it,
We've
After I've
had
already said
such great audience
participation.
participation. I'll get it out tonight. And this is their chance to continue
Oh, yes.
participating in a great way. So, what is this we're getting into, Jill?
It's a segment that we call.
What do we call it? Oh, let's see. I'm getting my new buttons ready. This is what we call it.
Relationship.
Rant, 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 rant.
So, what do we do in this segment, Tony?
Okay, well, in this segment, we're only going to do audio, no visual, no video, just audio. So you don't have to worry about getting yourself ready or anything. And you have 30 seconds to rant about a relationship, something relationship related. So if you were in a relationship or a 7-year marriage with a bad person, you can just say, hey, they sucked. They really made me sick. I
Yeah.
don't know why I stayed with them for 7 years.
And if you're a runner, you could tell us how fast you've run.
Yeah, so you can say whatever you want.
Whatever relationship
And,
related.
but if you go too long, you might get the gong.
I always think that's the beginning of get down, woo, get down.
So
get down.
if you hear that gong, that means you went way over time. But if you're really good, we
And we
might
really
let
are
you go
timing,
over.
see?
Oh yeah, there was a timer. Cool, we are so cool. All
All right, but
Do we
in
have
order to
what-
time anybody, we need people.
Yes.
We need
So put your
people-
hand up, put your mic up, put the request.
hit the round circle with the equal side and request to come to the stage.
Yes, you can hit request, or you can go down to the little thing they call the hamburger in the lower left-hand corner. And we're trying to line some of you up so you guys can just rant. So,
Elizabeth, may I bring you back to the stage so you can say what you wrote about Prince?
is that a rant?
It's not a rant, but it's
Oh.
about Prince. We love Prince.
We do love Prince.
Well, let me find her. Where'd she go? There she is.
Okay. So anybody else that wants to rant, you can rant
Yes, you
about
can.
old boyfriends, girlfriends, any relationship you've been in. So who do we have, Jill? Is
I'm
the
waiting.
Liz coming up?
All right. We got Imani.
Ooh, Imani. We love Imani too. Actually, we love all of you
All
in
of
our
you. We
audience.
do. We really do.
do.
Okay. Imani is on the stage. Imani, welcome to the
Hi,
stage.
thank you. It's nice to get back.
Hi.
Okay, so should I get my rant prepared?
Yes.
just
And
go.
we'll give you a countdown.
I'm ready.
You're gonna
You
give her
need a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay, I will say that
Go.
I am tired of being in relationships where I feel like I
Imani,
prepare.
go.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I will say that I am tired of being in relationships where I feel like I'm preparing the other person for their next partner. I don't want to be the trial run. I would like to be the person who you present all of your effort to. That is
Ooh.
Yes, Imani.
That
Yes.
was good.
Yes.
A round of applause.
Yes. And we want
All
you.
right.
We want
That
you to
was
be
a
that
good
person
rant.
too. That was great.
That was really.
Imani deserves a
Elizabeth.
grown person, not someone she's training.
That's right. That's right.
That's absolutely
right.
correct.
But I
Ooh.
used to be that girl. I used to be the one that got everybody ready for the person they ended up with. But I was okay with that because I had put them in the friend zone eventually. So I was okay.
A long-term relationship for me was 2 weeks.
You went from 2 weeks to 2 years.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All
I would
right,
be
but we got
in
somebody-
love. I would be in love, and then I wasn't. That took about a week or two. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Imani, for that.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, would you like to go next?
I like
You're on
Elizabeth.
the stage.
Hi, yes, I came up.
Hi.
As you said, you want to know about Prince. So when I was
Yes.
a teenager, as you guys would know, Prince was in the Jehovah's Witness, and I remember we were studying a book about Jesus, and so that was like the book study, and I got to sit next to him, not knowing it was Prince. Until at that time, a sister told me, "You know who you're sitting next to?" She's like, "It's Prince." And let me tell you, he's the most humble person, even though I never went to a concert. But I think that like surpasses the concert sitting next to him for almost 2 hours in that Bible book study. So that was the only time I got to know about Prince, and without the makeup and the outfits. And so very humble.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, thank you for sharing
Thank
that
you.
story. Like Prince stories, yay! We should make that a segment where we have a Prince story every show. Wouldn't that be great?
Why?
'Cause I
Why?
love Prince. I still love Prince.
Why you want to do that, Jill?
I love
Why?
Prince.
I don't understand.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing the story.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to come up?
Surely someone else has a rant.
You can even rant about us if we're getting on your nerves. You can tell us. We might cut you off before 30 seconds, but you can tell us.
You gave people an invitation
I
to
did.
rant
I
about
did.
us.
I did. Sometimes you gotta let it go. You gotta release it.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody want to come up?
I know other people have rants.
Oh,
I know.
Ooh, look who just said. All right, Denise.
Denise?
Welcome to the show.
Is this Florida, Denise?
No, this is your sister, Denise.
Oh, it's my sister.
See, she came in when I said she could rant about either one of us.
Yes.
Oh, well, she could. Hey, we might let her rant for like 30 minutes.
No, I'm
So
not.
everybody get you something to drink, something to eat, have a seat, and you can listen to my sister rant.
Welcome
Well,
to
wait
the
a
show,
minute.
Denise. Thank you for coming up.
So
Oh.
can you hear
Wait a
me?
minute.
We
yes,
can,
we hear you
yes.
just fine.
All right, so I do have a rant. I have a rant.
Okay.
And this goes out to any kind of family, friends, anybody that knows me. But if I ever say to any one of you that I just met someone and I feel like I've known him all my life, tell me to run, girl, run. That's my rant.
Run! All right.
We will remember that.
That's a good
We
rant.
will
We will
remember that.
remember that.
Yes,
Denise,
we
you
will.
can add
Yeah,
me
we
on
used to say-
Instagram, and I will tell you that he's just parroting to you. It's gaslighting and manipulation, and it's how they get us.
Exactly. So there we go.
but you know it reminds me of what growing up when I was a teenager and stuff, what my male friends would say, what we would say to each other. And we would say, if I ever tell you I'm getting married, make sure you give me a good swift kick in the ass and tell me don't do it. That's what we used to do.
Did
That's
they
what we
say
used
that to you when you were engaged to me?
I said when I was young.
Well, that was younger.
I was like a teenager.
Okay.
But that's what they used to say. I didn't tell them to say it. That's what they used to say. I didn't say it.
Okay. Well, we will definitely remember that, Denise.
Oh, this is
great.
episode. I love this.
Thank you all for interacting. Anyone else want to rant? You all are going you're actually going much
Yeah.
lower than 30 seconds.
Yes, you've been under 30 seconds. And yeah.
Anybody?
But Jill,
I know we're
like way over.
Yes, I
Hey,
see.
let me
That's
tell you
something
about
that
being over. We are over. And Jill used to be a journalist, a senior producer at a large network.
several
And-
large networks.
Yes, and so when we started doing podcasts, she would not let me go over.
Nope.
Not like
Not even a second. Certainly not 5 minutes
She
of
let me
music
go
at the
over like
end.
1 second or maybe 5 seconds, but if it was more than that, it was trouble. So now for us to be over
I'm just like-
14 minutes
Because I'm having a great time.
So
Fireside's
this is-
wonderful.
This is movement. This is
Yes.
in a positive direction. Just go with the flow, Jill. Go with
That's
the
right.
flow. It's okay.
But if we don't have anyone else to rant, we are at the end of the
Then
show.
we're at the end of our show.
Does anyone else want to rant? These have all been great.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Jill, I think it's about time to close this baby
It
out.
is. Well, again, once more, before we close it out, I would like to applaud our guests and our
Yay,
audience.
guest and audience. You are the
Because,
most
yes,
fantastic audience ever.
thank you.
I hope we see you next week.
Yes.
And bring some friends with you.
Yes.
And we'll put them in the spotlight.
Yes. And next week, if any of you want to come back, if you want to volunteer to be our guest, we are talking about backsliding. Because, some people do that. All right. Well, you've been watching I'm Right.
I'm right.
But really, I'm right. And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out to Gifford Ivan Cordova III for the music you're hearing now. And shout out to the audience,
The
and all of our
audience.
participants. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
And
we enjoy you.
We love you all.
Yes,
All of you.
Me too.
All of you. We're not just saying that.
Yeah, we're not.
Now, there might be some like people that are mean in the audience, but we love you too. If you're listening to
Don't be
us,
calling our audience mean.
no, I'm saying I know it's not most of them, but there might be one mean one in the audience, but I love the mean one too.
Oh my goodness.
I do. So, Jill, we need to close this out.
Yes, we
need to
do.
Get rid of this.
Yes, I'm going to take us.
And ooh, I'm playing more music.
We definitely need to go now. Bye, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Hello.
Okay,